No Miki Kunst, everybody. Just keeps running that trap of hers.
Andrea has this new YouTube channel. You got to go check it out if you haven't already. But I want to.
Yeah, she's going to give you a clip of Cyber Demon. So check out Cyber Demon and listen to this Cyber Demon right here.
This is of a clip she did yesterday, and it was. I thought this is what we've got to hear right now because. The line is drawn, and I think she made a real...
So, Nomiki Constantine Francesca is going to just, was it Jimmy Dore that instigated the D.C. riots? Talk about, cognitive dissonance. What is going on with Nomiki and Francesca? My God, they flipped it, they shit a brick when he said, told AOC to go fuck her, or said fuck you to AOC. Oh! Is that the first time they ever heard anybody say, fuck you to a woman? What? A man said, fuck you to a woman? Oh, a jagoff comedian and a powerful congresswoman. Oh, okay. Well, I didn't hear that. You didn't say.
A really good point. So let's do the first part of this clip right now.
These are fascists being funded by fascists to enable fascism. That's what this is. They know that if they are able to convince maybe margins, 1%, 2% of left-leaning...
So this Cyber Demon is just wildly throwing out allegations all over the fucking place. Just wildly, everybody's a fucking Nazi. Everybody's a Nazi. You know what? I bet Cyber Demon's a Nazi. That would be the most demonic shit of ever, wouldn't it? That's what a demon would do. A demon would pretend they're against fascism, but actually be a fascist.
Leaning people, that this coup is okay, maybe they would be more likely to get away with it. That's what these people's purpose is on this planet, is to carry water for fascism.
Let's dissect that real quick, because I think she's addressing folks.
Here are the reasons why I would approve of a revolution in the United States. In order to get us a Green New Deal, in order to get us reparations, to abolish ICE, to get rid of the Patriot Act, to forgive student debt, to get free education for everybody, to end poverty, to get housing for all the homeless. We could just do that one. That's like, what, just a couple $1 billion compared to, the billions that we had that big coronavirus bill, right? Billions of dollars. I'm sure it's going to... UBI, land reform, Indian police brutality, these are all good reasons to have a revolution. These are all good reasons. The Employee Free Choice Act, to strengthen the unions. The Employee Free Choice Act, that would allow every boss and worker place to vote if they want a union. You get an election. Here's the election for unionization of the workplace. Now it's just a yes or no vote. The Employee Free Choice Act would have saved the unions instead of making them as irrelevant and pointless, and they're on the ropes, and big labor might do this and that, but they're not doing shit on the ground, and unions on the ropes. Unions have been on the ropes, what is it, 9%? The American people, 9% of the American people are a part of a union? Don't seem like the unions are winning the people over.
Folks who platform people who are frankly fascist, Gavin McInnes, whether it's Alex Jones, Gavin McInnes, or...
So, I don't know who Gavin McInnes is, but apparently Jimmy Dore is like the Alex Jones and the Gavin McInnes of, whatever.
Gavin McInnes or fascist lights. Mm-hmm. Partner with them on stage and do world tours. Like, I'm on the left and they're on the right. Isn't this fun? But it's far, or even further, leftists who don't speak out against it.
Oh, golly. Spit it out. Okay, so to me, to be an actual leftist, it's not about how radical communist you are, it's about how radical Antifa you are. For me, I feel like you can go either let's have a big social nanny state or let's confront white supremacy right where it resides, in the minds of the white supremacists. Those are the dangerous motherfuckers around here. They're racist pieces of shit, and what can you contribute? You're a racist. You think that person who's your brother, who is human just like you, is different than you, and you hate them. And you hate them because they look a little bit different than you. My God. What kind of culture, what kind of foundation for a civilization is that? So Antifa is the only way forward because the communists in Germany, they failed. Yeah, okay, Soviet Union kicked some Nazi ass. But in Germany, you had Nazis who kept on getting stronger and stronger and stronger, and who the fuck stopped them? wasn't the goddamn communists. The communists and the left-wings and the liberal and the progressives, any of those, they all failed. The Nazis got power. And now you're fucking exterminating, Jews and trying to take over the world and shit. So the U.S. already, taking over the world. Not sure, Yemen, we were genociding people in Yemen, so there seems to be a correlation between what Hitler wanted and what America is today.
This, and maybe channel anger in these moments into different directions, or even worse. And
so the reason why Antifa is the only way forward, okay, is because to be a true blue American, World War II was fantastic. We stopped the fucking Nazis in Germany. Them bastards want to kill everybody and anybody. Fuck them motherfuckers. We did good by fighting against the fascist Nazi motherfuckers. Antifa, the American soldiers in World War II were the anti-fascist, and they were the good guy. Being anti-fascist means you're the good guy. So, Antifa, they're the good guys, and what Antifa believes is you gotta nip that Nazi Confederate KKK shit right in the bud. Right in the bud. You hear some racist shit, knock it down. Nip it right in the bud. Antifa says what? Neo-Nazis are marching in our town? Well, they got a right to peacefully do so. Let's make sure shit don't get out of hand. Antifa's the one that said Cornel West. So Antifa is direct action, militant, in-your-face direct action. Okay, march through our streets, but we're going to march right next to you to make sure you don't damage property or assault anybody or hurt anybody whatsoever. Antifa are the good fucking guys. Nazis want to be fucking Nazi, KKK, Confederate, racist, white supremacists, low-life pieces of shit. Then, good for Antifa. Antifa is fantastic. Antifa is the only way forward because the communists failed in Germany. The communists couldn't stop. So that's, it doesn't matter how fucking left-wing you pretend you are. The farthest left-wing element for the big social nanny state couldn't stop the fucking Nazis. The communists cannot stop the Nazis in Germany. And Antifa was just an idea. It's still just an idea, but it's an idea which is right. It's an idea which is right. You're a racist piece of shit. If somebody, dropped some racism and then people said, fuck that shit, immediately, racism would end. And white people should be doing that, at the very least, not saying the N-word. My God, is there any... Let's stop saying the N-word. I mean, I feel like that's a very small sacrifice. That's such a tiny... You want a word there. That's your word. Fine. You keep that word. I'm okay with that. But I don't think it's going to solve racism, but... That's no problem. That's easy. That's easy. Antifa is the only way forward. Antifa is the only way forward.
Just straight up apologize for it.
Mm-hmm. So
Francesca Fiorentini, everybody.
And I will. This is why.
She's talking about Antifa.
Is an unorganized, affiliated, like there's no membership card, but group that consistently has stepped to neo-Nazis for decades, right? Every time there's a white supremacist rally, there are neo-Nazis in a community. Antifa's there, and they show up. They are, black-clad. They're very militant. They don't wield guns or anything, but they're very much militant. I don't know if I would say that they're nonviolent, but they are taking direct action against neo-Nazis. Some of the same people who are now giving a pass to what happened to these insurrectionists in the Capitol building.
Let's listen to Jimmy Dore real fast. Jimmy Dore is going to say that he is in favor of Black Lives Matter and he's in favor of Antifa. And he makes no exception. She made an exception. She's like, I'm not going to say they're nonviolent. I would say they're nonviolent, but they believe in self-defense. So when they attack somebody, then they get attacked, as they rightfully should. You want to go around hurting people, motherfucker? There, you just got hurt. How's it feel? That's just. I don't think you could get any more just than that. This is Jimmy Dore saying he supports Black Lives Matter and Antifa.
By the way, look, did you ever see so many Antifa and Black Lives Matter protesters?
He's making a joke about the D.C. riots. He's got a picture of all those MAGA fucking right-wing psycho-fascist pieces of shit, and he's like, you see so many Antifa and Black Lives Matter protests, because none of those are Antifa or Black Lives Matter protests. None of those people are. They're all right-wing psychos who want to steal the election. This is a terrorism, and it's despicable. It's disgusting. It is ridiculous what happened. I've been trying to, warn everybody. They've been talking about stealing this thing for 2 months. Lauren Boebert, my representative, is one with that ad. I've been telling everybody. I got videos, and just because you don't want to listen to other people, that's, but I've been very much against the coup that, that still probably could still go on. They're calling, Donald Trump a coward now. Well, shit, that's going to attack his manhood. Maybe he might take this thing all the way, he's going to take it to January 19th, right, to the very least. But what if he stays a minute extra? What if he just, what if he just sticks around?
So it's funny. It's like, so it was the Black Lives Matter and Antifa all summer, and now it's the Trumpers who went right to the Capitol with guns. Let's watch. As the U.S. Capitol throngs of protesters pushed past...
So that's Jimmy Dore saying that he supports, Black Lives Matter and supporting Antifa. And here's a cyber demon. Both Francesca and Nomiki are going to quote cyber demon, because that's who you should listen to, the devils of the world.
Have called on the left to, well, you really need to rein in Antifa. And that is so insane to me. Well, okay, sorry, let me just make the point.
Okay.
Antifa is probably one of the farthest left groups I can imagine, right? That's pretty much one of the farthest left.
I think they're the most anti-authoritarian left, but not all left is anti-authoritarian. Some left is for a big socialist nanny state, and it's a communist government that requires the jackbooted thugs to enforce their policies. And fuck a totalitarian government. Fuck a totalitarian government.
Like street organizations doing, battle with these neo-Nazis. They're anti-fascist. That's literally their cause. So don't ever think that there's anything liberal, there's anything centrist, there's anything mealy-mouthed about confronting Nazis. There is not. Okay, it's as pretty much down as you can get. I'm not endorsing the tactics.
Right. I endorse Antifa. It's not an organization, it's individuals, but I would say if a person believes, if they're anti-fascist, I'm on their side. I'll take their word over a fascist any day of the week. You're against fascism, then that means you're a good person. I endorse Antifa. I endorse anti-fascist. So I don't know the organization, what I understand about Antifa, but ultimately if Antifa means anti-fascist, I endorse it 100%. Francesca, however, does not.
I'm not saying they're good, but that is very far left. What is not left is to give these insurrectionists a pass. And what I was saying before is some folks who have made a name for themselves, writing a lot about, or parading around as leftists, have even said that, well, Antifa's the real problem, and have played into that same right-wing ideology that somehow...
All right, let's just listen to a good journalist for a second.
A surge in COVID cases. Edward Fitzgerald for the defense stated that Assange is at a lesser risk of contracting the virus if living sheltered with his family. However, the judge ruled that Belmarsh was adequately managing the spread of COVID and that Assange's health is being taken care of.
So just trust the Belmarsh prison officials. Yeah, I'm sure I'm going to do that. Okay, so I just got a question. Johnny Dorio, he seemed like he was leaning into this whole capital murder thing because he wants to use it as a reason to be against gun control. He was hoping that one of the MAGA supporters shot the other MAGA supporter, but it turned out it was the Capitol Police, but he was speculating, We've seen no evidence except for this piece of evidence right here. They're the ones that actually quoted Thomas Morani, and they said, there's no evidence, and here's a piece of evidence that says the opposite. So, TYT, they'll definitely do the Second Amendment. They'll definitely push for the Second Amendment. Like I said, Green New Deal, abolish ICE, Patriot Act, forgive student debt, free education, end poverty, housing for the homeless, land reform, UBI, new constitution, initiative, referendum, recall, end police brutality, get us reparations, and the Employee Free Choice Act now. Those things, those are all liberal ideas that I believe in. And so, what the fuck?
In the prison. However, Reporters Without Borders, which has been monitoring the case, had a much different perspective.
We disagree on all of these points. he is clearly at risk. The mental health issues that we heard outlined in detail in Monday's decision, and indeed in the evidence that was given by medical experts in September, is alarming. This is a very vulnerable individual.
In addition, the judge...
So this is Taylor Hudak, who is a person that has a record of critique of the oppression, so therefore she can critique the tactics. That was Jesse Williams, right? Jesse Williams says, you cannot tell us what tactics that we can do because you haven't critiqued the oppression we had to endure. So Francesca and Nomiki Konst, they never said anything about Jimmy Dore's health problems. They, both Stephanie and Zamorano and Jimmy Dore almost lost their house. And, he's chosen a career, they've both chosen to be comedians, so they want to be funny people. They want to make us laugh. And because they had health problems, they had to go work at TYT because they had health problems. They almost died and lost everything because they had health problems. He almost, lost his spine. It's a shock that Jimmy Dore can even walk around today. Nomiki Konst and Francesca Fiorentini has no empathy for any, his body, his life. They don't care about his health problems. They don't care about Steph Zamorano's health problems. They don't give a shit. They don't have an established critique of the oppression that Jimmy Dore and Steph Zamorano has had to endure, and so therefore when it comes to the tactics and strategies that Jimmy Dore thinks are appropriate in order to get, a better society so that he doesn't have to, that nobody has to go through the same shit he had to go through, Jimmy Dore is the honest one. Let's listen to some more, vitriol, hatred for no apparent reason whatsoever.
Also fascism, which I completely disagree with. So, once again, I think that what happens every time the left gets organized, and what happens every time we pull in one direction, what happens every time we win, when we grow the squad, sectarians will rear their heads. People who want to see the left fail will rear their heads. And I don't know what their motives are. I don't know who's paying them. I don't know if they just see more of a lane for themselves in giving a nod and a wink to the right wing. But that is exactly what is happening. And so I think it's important for us to not get distracted by that.
So, a lot of folks in the middle class are stuck in an ivory tower. They're in their insulated, echo chambers. They already are pro-establishment shills, so they're just going to, they'll pretend that they're liberal, but they'll just keep saying the establishment is right. Just, no, don't change nothing. Just kiss the establishment's ass. That's how you get change. That's how change happens. As an outsider, the only thing you got is, we're going to, create a ruckus. We're going to create a shitstorm online. We'll, say fuck every once in a while. We'll cuss and we'll do this. As an outsider, you have to create a ruckus. And so you got to create a demonstration that is heard by people. And so, with that in mind, I have a question for Francesca and Nomiki and Johnny Adorio and Zink and all the TYT anti. I don't mind, getting gun control, reasonable gun control, if everybody in America has a chance. But everybody in America doesn't have a chance. They don't have a chance. There's poor people, homeless people, there's people that's victims of police brutality in Alabama for 10 years. They're planting, crack and guns and shit on. So their lives, they're a criminal according to the eyes of the law. They had to serve a prison sentence, and that's, stole the parts of their life. Imagine living that oppression. It's probably time for change right now, right? I mean, not wait for this and that and this. We need it now. It needs to happen now. We need land reform and universal basic income. We need to forget student debt. We need free education now. So my question for, Nomiki and Francesca is, how come they're against the Second Amendment? Why are you against the Second Amendment? It seems to me that you're very comfortable with the cops, but look at what happened at the D.C. Capitol. The cops are on the side of the KKK, just like they've been for years, right? Cops are Nazi, KKK, Confederate, low-life pieces. They're authoritarian, right? They're fascist authoritarians. So you're going to, you say we can't protect ourselves or defend ourselves because the cops protect and defend you so well? Why do you think the cops protect you? I've never had police protection. Cops never protected and served me. Never. They protected and served the shit out of me for bullshit, for lies, for nothing. So it seems to me that they say, okay, the people can't have guns to defend themselves, but the police can have guns because we trust the police and we feel protected by the police. Why do you all feel protected by the police? And then I want you to consider this. This is the question is, Okay, you're in the Capitol, and the police are on the side of the KKK. What liberals are there the cops are the right wing, the MAGA crowds are the right wing. What liberals are even in D.C. to protect any of the progressives that they purport to give a shit about? When the cops are on the side of the KKK, then that means all the men with guns are on the side of white supremacy. So until you fix, these institutional issues in America, which has plagued America for goddamn decades, I don't think, a guy with a pistol is the goddamn problem. In fact, wasn't it the guy with the pistol that killed that woman? And then how'd that Capitol Police officer die? So that's my question. The cops are men with guns, MAGA are men with guns, and with all these men with guns descend upon the Capitol, is it going to be Nomiki Konst and Francesca there, just pulling a Rambo, just single-handedly going to just fight all these men with guns, corrupt men with guns off? Is that what I'm supposed to believe? Antifa is the right way to go. Fuck a fascist. A fascist says, obey me or I'll hurt you. How about you lick my asshole, fascist? There's an order. How do you like orders now? Lick my asshole, fascist. Lick my asshole. You want me to obey you? Okay, then obey me first. Okay, now tell me why. Tell me why you're against licking my asshole. I told you to do it, so obey. Why would you say no to that? Because you're your own person? You believe in freedom? So I've been trying to tell you, stop the damn coup. Stop the coup. I don't know if it's been stopped. Pass 25th Amendment. Impeach the bastard. Whatever it takes. Stop the coup.